You're listening to nothing important. Please enjoy the show. That's great. That works.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nothing Important podcast. It's kind of a funny episode today. Dave and I are in my house in downtown Chicago, Illinois, and we have quite possibly the most ridiculous fucking setup I've ever seen in my life. We got like 2 computers, the 100-inch screen going. We got like 5 other people here, Dave, and I get the feeling this is going to be a shit show.
We're just we're just Google hanging out, and it's the Nothing Important gangbang, apparently.
Absolutely. We got some awesome guests today. On the show is Richie and Scotch. They wrote a book called First Base and Beyond. Gentlemen, why don't you introduce yourselves and give us a little bit of info about your book, your Kickstarter, and what you're trying to do.
Thanks. This is Richie. Yep, we came up with this idea about 15 years ago. And the gist of it is that we all know, at least we think we know, what first, second, and third are, but no one's ever defined what a double play is, what it means to oil a glove, what it means to steal third, etc. So we've spent 15 years of our lives writing more than 400 definitions that expand the baseball metaphor of first sex. And we've got a Kickstarter campaign that will hopefully allow us to publish the book, and you can support that on firstbaseandbeyond.com.
Awesome.
Yeah, and when you say it took us 15 years, you really make us sound lame.
That's great. And when you guys approached me about doing this kind of project, I was like, man, how can we make it more interesting?
How can we make it interesting?
Yeah, more interesting and up the stakes. So another special guest we have on the show is adult film actress Rebecca Love. Rebecca, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic, and just curious about how this whole thing's going to turn out.
Right.
Well, you said it best. It's going to be a shit show, but we're going to have fun throwing.
Awesome. And of course, Rebecca, you have a podcast as well.
I do. It's called Talking Dirty, and what it is I teach people about the adult industry and different topics regarding that.
That's awesome. So we'll make sure to have all the information for Rebecca, for Rich, and Scotch on our webpage. As soon as I put this up, it'll be up there. And then also, Dave, you and I, we have another friend in studio, Jennifer. Jennifer, go ahead and say hey.
Hey, what's up?
Jennifer is one of our friends from our hometown. So I thought it'd be fun if Rich and Scotch kind of gave us the term that they defined. And it's going to be girls versus guys. So Jennifer and Rebecca are going to kind of debate the term, give their answer, and then Dave and I will give our answer of what we think the term definition is, and then Rich and Scotch will award points as we go along. So we're totally playing for fake internet money.
Yes.
Jen,
Perfect.
we got this. Don't worry.
We got it.
All right. Well, let it begin. Rich, Scotch, why don't you guys go ahead and start us with the first one?
All right, sounds good. So before we offer up the first definition, we got to sort of make it clear the metaphor and who's swinging bats and who's trying to catch balls. So for the sake of the book, we have the men trying to score the runs, right? Where the men are the ones who have the bats and they're trying to swing, and the women are the ones who are trying to get the men out. Now, we recognize that could be argued as potentially sexist because there are some women who enjoy scoring runs just as much as the men. But it would make the metaphor quite complicated if we have men and women both trying to score. So for the sake of conversation, assume that. But we do need to add that a lot of times there are some definitions that are just painfully obvious and you just want to use a play on words on them. And so you should feel free to do that as well. So let's start with the most basic. We figured we'd walk around the bases first. And let's hear let's start with the women, I guess, women first.
Absolutely.
What do women think it means to get to first base?
Well, Jen, I assume it's kissing, right?
I agree. Absolutely. That's my take on it. Just kissing.
Okay, I'm going to ask for some additional, very graphic and vivid clarification on what type of kissing, because this is an obvious one here. We want to make sure there's no ambiguity. That's part of the goal of the book. No more ambiguity. What type of kissing is first, and what type of kissing is not first?
Well, I'm going to say French is not first, but a little peck, just contact, touching, kiss.
Yes, I agree. No tongue down the throat, just
right, no sloppy kisses.
No.
Okay, all right. Men, any thoughts?
Okay, well, this is where I'm lame because I could have swore for the longest time first base was like holding hands or some shit.
No, first base.
By
is
the way, you
totally
hear that? If you guys hear that rumble,
That's a Chicago.
It's okay.
guys-
We're very close to the
did you hear
airport.
that? We're not in Baghdad. It's actually the Chicago Air Show right now, and they're flying right over my apartment. So,
Good time to do a podcast.
right.
the Blue Angels.
Remember when I told you guys that this is going to turn into a shit show? And like, but that's okay,
It just did.
it's probably the Blue Angels. They just, special guest Blue Angels. So that's nice to have them on the show.
Yeah, they did a
too.
flyby for the beginning of the podcast.
Right, exactly. It's like the World Series where they come in and swoop in. It was nice
We
that
scheduled that.
right.
We
Well,
forgot the national anthem singer.
we are the second most popular podcast on our Facebook friends list. So it's nice. It's nice they recognize how important we are
man.
and gave us a flyby.
Game recognized game, dude.
Exact word. Okay. So, I'm lame, and up until literally about 30 seconds ago, I totally thought first base was holding hands.
Are you serious? No, first base
God.
has always been kissing.
I fucking
But
suck.
I'm going to go contrarian
Okay.
and say first base involves some tongue.
A little bit of time.
Yeah.
Dave
It's a
Dave
little
rolls
more.
hard. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we'll go
Well, we
with
can't give the same answer.
So wait a minute. So, Brian,
yeah.
yeah. So you're saying holding hands with your mom, you got to first base?
You know it.
Which is why I'm saying first base is
Right.
tongue because
I'm just saying sometimes my dad falls asleep early. That's all I'm saying.
I just got to first
This
base
just
with
got
Dave
awkward.
because we have to share earbuds.
All right, so we're gonna go with a little
we're
bit of
just
tongue.
touching
Then.
knees.
All right, so a little bit of tongue versus no tongue. Okay, well, we can clearly claim that Bryan is, stuck in 1950, and holding hands is definitely not getting to first base. Our definition is, and I'll read it straight out of the book. It says a kiss. However, tongue is not required, but it better be squinted. It better be planted squarely on the lips. If it's similarly moist when you kiss your grandmother, you're still stuck in the batter's box. So, based on that, Scotch, any thoughts? It seems like the girls were a little closer there since the men are requiring tongue.
Well, I agree, and I do want to say we should be all honored that we're doing this podcast with Josh Groban's brother.
Nice to meet you.
Which won't make sense to anybody who cannot see us on video.
Hold on, I'm taking a
but
picture of the
that's-
screen right now.
Yeah, but he does like his ladies to pop. Let's just throw that out there. He likes his ladies
That's
to
right.
pop.
That's right.
No, but yeah, I think the girls for sure got that point.
Yep, that's correct. So we do say there needs to be some moistness, but we do not require tongue in what is now going to be the official Bible of the Baseball Sex Dictionary. So women, pick up the first point.
Woohoo!
All right,
That is
we got
that's
this.
that's
We'll let
the
you have
first
that
base.
one.
I guess we feel like we got to start by getting the bases in place. So we're just going to walk quickly around the bases, and I'll tell you, second and third seem to be the ones that are most often up for debate. So we'll let the men, since they lost that round. Men, what do you believe it is to get to second base?
I've always been under the impression second base is above the waist touching. That's how it was defined to me back in '92.
And who
or
did-
whatever.
Back in 1929.
It was always above
Well,
the
if-
waist touching.
Okay, so if first base is just kissing, I think second base would be like the next step up. So actual like making out and like
Right.
tongue banging, to use the parlance of our times.
Tongue banging.
Tongue banging.
I'm gonna need
Tongue
it.
But does that include oral sex? Is that
No, that's like throat fucking. Right?
I've never heard of that. That's hilarious.
Somebody,
I need to find a way to.
anybody, come on! I'm just saying. Okay, so
all I'm saying is can you quack? That's all I'm saying. No, it was always for me. It was so okay. Let's come up with an answer here because I've always been told above the. So you just say heavy petting, making out.
no. Well,
Making
making
out.
out. That's it,
Yeah,
right?
making out. That's our answer.
Yeah. Okay, making out. Yeah.
Okay.
Above the waist
All right.
touching.
So first of all, I've taken notes here, and I want to make sure that I end up adding tongue banging and throat fucking to the book, which are currently not in there. So thank you for those gems.
Are those baseball terms?
So we
you
have
have that for
making
free.
out. So the men's final answer is making out. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. All right.
Scotch.
Under protest.
Final answer.
And women, where do you? Since making out was your first base, what do you have as second base?
Jen, you go first because I went first last time.
I feel like second base would be like fondling the boobs a little bit. Don't shove that in my throat.
That's what she said.
I feel like more touching, kissing, tongue, and maybe some fondlage.
I agree with her above the waist.
Above the waist.
Okay.
Stole my answer.
All right. Well, our definition is a bit of rubbing, a bit of touching, and a bunch of kissing. We're talking a 25-second minimum, and you have to master unhooking her bra, which means yet again the ladies have taken second base.
Woo!
What did I say? Above the waist touching, heavy petting.
Yeah.
That's all. That all fits in that answer, bro.
Shut up.
You agreed to making out.
I've been married 10 years and I still can't unhook the bra. Like, but that's the beauty. That's the beauty of being married, because like you come to a certain point where you're just like, all right, if we're gonna do this, I got like a video game to play, so like just go ahead and take care of that yourself. So I don't need to learn at this point.
You're so romantic.
I know. See, I can get away with that because my wife does not listen to any of our podcasts whatsoever, and I'll ask her. I'm like,
how does she feel about tongue banging? You're like, honey, can
You
She's
tongue
more
bang her
partial to
on a
throat
regular
fucking.
basis?
she loves it.
Is that above the waist or below the waist?
I don't know. All I know is that her and her boyfriend seem to have a good time, and and she looks pretty happy. That's all I'm saying.
And then she says, "Dave, get away from me."
Right.
All right, men, let's see if you can get on the board here. I guess we're going to shift around to third base. This is definitely the most commonly debated. We went out on the street, actually, as part of our Kickstarter video. We had a Playboy Playmate who wandered around asking random old and young people what it meant to reach the bases, and we got zero consensus, but third base was definitely the widest variance of pleasuring methods. So what do you guys think third base is?
Flicking the bean and smacking the clam.
I'm gonna. Could you please repeat that just to make sure I heard all the verbiage?
Smacking the clam.
Flick the bean.
And flicking the bean.
Oh God, that was really funny.
Okay, women. I
To
guess
use the
they're done.
technical terms.
Below the waist, just below the waist, fooling
yeah.
around. 45-second
Yeah.
minimum.
No OPHJs.
Right, no OPHJs, skin on skin,
Word. Yep.
and you must learn how to unhook the panties before it qualifies.
Unhook the panties.
Yes.
The panties don't have a hook, actually.
God
When
damn
do-
it! You have to be able to undo the belt with your teeth.
Depends on who you're dating. There is unhooks on the side.
Yeah, I run with the
Nice.
biker crew. Sometimes there's like hooks and chains and buckles and keys.
Hooks on hooks, homie.
All right, ladies.
That's below the waist and finger banging, finger puppet, all that. Yeah.
Puppet.
Chinese finger trap.
Finger puppet.
What's a finger puppet? I mean, I know what it is. Never mind.
It's like when you make like a. It's like when you make like a motion like a come hither motion
here.
while your finger's inside of her, and then she kind of bounces around and opens her mouth like a marionette puppet.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
I thought it was when he tied strings around her wrists and control what she does.
Okay, these seem very close, so I'm going to have to ask for 1 point of clarification for both teams, so that way we can award a point. Does third, because you guys were both pretty similar there was all sorts of graphic terms for playing down south. Do you have to finish? Does one side or the other have to finish at third base when you're playing down below?
No, you just
Does
gotta get
finish,
there.
I say
finish
no.
mean an orgasm?
Yes. Does one? Yes, exactly.
Blow your load.
Do the men or women to reach third base? Does man or woman have to orgasm at third?
I say no. What do you think,
No,
Rebecca?
because, well, first of all, I lost my virginity when I was, 16? So I didn't have my first orgasm until I was 19.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yes.
Men, do you believe that orgasming must occur?
Orgasming?
Orgasming.
I believe
Write
it
that
doesn't
down.
need to occur, but I think Dave and I should get this point just because I've given you already so many awesome terminology.
Okay, I actually think that was a valid response there from Bryan. And so yes, we're going to give you the point because you've given us good material we can add to the book.
Right. All right. See, we're already working on the sequel.
Two
for
best
this.
words, default.
Yeah. Third base we define as just playing with privates. Choice of method and so-called finishing technique is arbitrary, which means you do not necessarily have to finish in any fashion. So that was good. Actually, that's interesting because third base tends to be the most debated, and you guys are actually pretty consistent on that.
Right on.
All right, home. This should be the most obvious. Please, this should be the most obvious, but you never know. Let's give it to the ladies first. Rebecca, what does it mean to reach home?
It means getting laid.
Laid. That was simple and sweet. Any debate from your counterpart?
Sorry.
Not you.
Counterpart. Not other team.
I agree. Maybe a little slip the tip, penetration. That's
Penetration, yeah.
Penetration. Good. Good.
Stick it in the hole.
I was gonna say P in the V, no anal.
Is that a requirement at home for you?
P in the V, no anal.
Oh, P in the V, no anal. Thank you, no anal. Okay, I want to make sure I understood that. Any debate there, Bryan? Are you in agreement with your counterpart?
No, I agree with my homie Dave. P and the V, no anal.
No anal.
No anal.
Vulcanize the whoopee stick and the squish mitten.
Indeed.
All right, well then I think we're going to have to, Scotch, any thoughts? I think we probably have to call it a draw on home. Would you agree?
All right, as of now, my best NPR voice, it's 2-2.
Wait,
All right,
hold on.
2-2.
Wait a minute. 2-2. Who did you give home to?
The PNV, no A.
Oh, okay. So apparently, if you both get the definition right, it's whoever makes us laugh more while defining it correctly
I'm
gets
totally
the point.
cool with that.
I think that is
system.
fair. I think
P and
that
the
is
V,
fair.
no anal, again, is being added to the book as we speak. So based on that, you guys are going to get co-author credits, and it's now 2-2. All right, so we've got the bases. We're going to move on now to the lineup. And so, again, we've got men who are swinging the bats, women who are in the bases. So we're going to pick one of the men in the lineup that has the most clearly defined sort of reputation, stereotype, whatever you'd like to call it, and that is the number 4 hitter. Now, for anyone who may not follow baseball closely, I'm going to offer some explanation for the number 4 hitter in baseball. And in baseball, that is the hitter who swings for home runs the most often, okay? And maybe doesn't hit lots of singles. He is not one who's inclined to bunt. He strikes out or he hits home runs. So, can the two teams please define the stereotype for the male who would bat cleanup in the number 4 spot?
Dave.
Brad Pitt.
Well done. Women.
Jen, you got to answer this one because I was answering Joclyn Stone's because she was like, I want to come in now.
Yeah, bring her in.
Yeah, bring her in.
You want me to bring her in? Okay,
Yeah,
Jen,
absolutely.
you answer this. You're going to be the team leader right now, the captain.
Gotcha.
We can just repeat the stud if you guys would like once Joclyn joins.
I'm fine with that.
I'm in fighting her now.
Now it's 3-on-2.
Uh-oh.
Ha ha. Gang bang.
That's a full count.
All right.
Very good.
She doesn't have to make this one, but repeat the question because
Yeah. So the number 4 hitter, the person in baseball who hits the most home runs and strikes out the most, what type of guy would that be? I'm looking for a description of that type of guy, stereotyping.
Hits the most home runs, but strikes out the most.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. That was our answer. We answered that, or we have an
Did
answer?
you want to use
You
Brad
just
Pitt
answered.
as an answer?
You answered Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I said Brad Pitt.
As the guy who
You didn't hear the question.
I
The
'Cause I
type
was
of
just
guy.
being stupid.
Type of guy.
oh
But I forgot you didn't hear the question. Fine, he's got an upside-down visor, frosted tips, a chin strap beard, probably a goatee, probably a pink polo with the collar popped, and some khaki pants. Sandals without socks.
most likely drives a Trans Am. Most likely.
What year?
Oh well, like late model, like
an
89.
88, with
88,
the big
89.
Firebird
Right,
on
of course.
the hood. Like
Yep.
think Billy Madison
done.
when he pulls up to the high school.
Right, because you want to be classy, right? Like, I mean, if you don't want to look like a dumbass.
And white sunglasses.
White sunglasses.
I own white sunglasses. All right, ladies, what is your
Trans
answer?
Am?
this is a guy that pays for it. because he has the strikeouts. So he just pays for it because he gets a home run with that. It's
So he's
a
Barry
guarantee.
Bonds. He's just on the juice cheating.
That's a good point, though. He pays for it like he strikes out all the time, but then he gets laid a lot, too.
Yeah, but hold on. If you're paying for it, why would you ever strike out? If you're paying for it, you're going to
Because
score every
you
time.
strike out
with
so
the
much.
civilians.
Plus, it's
Strike out with the civilians.
plus it's
great
a
answer.
recession right now, and some people have bad credit.
You have better luck with the hookers on the corner than you do with
Yeah.
everyday people.
It's a sure win.
That's a great answer. That is a great answer.
That's a great answer. Unfortunately, according to the book, it's incorrect. We're going more with the douchebag stud, which is what the men very vividly describe with the white sunglasses, Trans Am, pink pop collar. I forget all the other descriptive terms.
So I'll show
Birkenstocks.
no blow.
Oh yeah, exactly. Birkenstocks.
I don't even know what Birkenstocks are. I just hear it used in movies to describe douchebags.
All I know is that if I was ever
Lesbians wear them a lot.
Oh, okay.
They're very comfortable. I love my les.
Lesbians are into comfort like that, huh?
Yeah.
well, that's two things I know about lesbians: is one, they like women, and two, they fucking love comfort.
In the
Whereas
form
gay
of sandals.
dudes-
It's a stereotype for a reason, Dave. Lesbians love comfort. Okay, we
Okay.
don't need to go into this.
Okay, I get it. That's why they play on familiar territory.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
See, yeah, like
Fear change.
right.
Good. All right, Scott, you in agreement? Are the men taking the four hitter?
Yeah, I believe so, even though I do own white sunglasses.
Yes. Yes.
Do you fulfill the rest of the requirements? Because I also have a visor and frosted tips. No,
I hate visors.
Frosted tips. Oh, is that?
I was lying.
Okay.
Trans Am.
All right, so let's
on.
let's move on to the women. All right, so now we got the women in the field. All right, so we're going to define the right fielder. Now, again, I'm going to offer some description of in baseball what the right fielder tends to be. The right fielder is the worst fucking player on the team. It is the person who is most inclined to make an error and drop balls all over the field. So, ladies, how would you describe, in vivid terms, a stereotype for the right fielder?
Is he the wingman?
Now, hold on. This is going to be a woman. So it's the women who are trying to get the men out. So the right fielder is a woman who tends to make lots of mistakes.
Wow, a woman that makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Your ugly friend. That's all I got.
Or
I like that. I like the route you went, though. The ugly, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's-
Not that there's any ugly women out there. We're all beautiful inside.
No, there's ugly women out there. So-
awful.
Awful.
You're awful.
yeah, both of our listeners are going to be pissed at that comment.
Yeah, right.
Are they ugly women?
Any counterpoint there from your teammate?
I'd say if
Jen?
you.
You're not
wait.
my teammate.
Sorry.
Yeah, we keep thinking whenever you say counter, we're like
Counter-
other team.
Teammate.
Stop using
counterpart.
that term, boy.
All right, I won't say teammate. I'll say teammate.
Could
Teammate
you-
from now on.
could-
Your
there you
teammate.
go. Because you take counterpart out of the book, please.
Yes.
Think counterpart, for God's sakes. And-
Teammate.
Yeah.
Female teammate. Your thoughts. How about that, fuckers?
I would have to. The only thing I would add to that is maybe she gives it up too quickly, and
I like that. I like where you're going.
So turns into like a hooker type situation, and that's all it develops into is giving it up too soon.
She's the super slut. She's the whore of the bunch.
Yes,
I think so. I
and
think you're
ugly.
right.
Okay, Scotch, you're not supposed to be commenting on this because you wrote the book. Okay, so we've evolved to a hooker/skank for the right fielder. Is that your final answer, ladies?
Smelly
It's our
pirate
final
hooker.
answer.
Yes.
Okay, men, what are your thoughts?
See, I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't want to jump ahead, but I think the hooker skank is the leadoff hitter because she's always trying to steal bases.
Nice.
No, it's your neurotic friend, like your Liz Lemon type person that can't get out of their own way, overthinks things.
Right. Yeah. See, that's what I would go. If it's like the shittiest person on the team, I would think it'd be the one that either cockblocks everybody or like is just really hesitant to let things happen and way overanalyze this stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
our definition, we're probably on the same page, would be the girl that way overthinks the whole hookup situation.
All right. Well, in this case, the women are correct. The right fielder is the female who tends to make the most errors, which means she tends to give it up to the guys the most often.
Got it.
So that would be.
How is that an error? That's like the greatest thing.
Well, again,
For the guy.
Because on our team, that'd be the MVP. I don't know for the guys.
Exactly. It's an error for the women's team who are in the field. The men love the right fielder. The men search the right fielder out.
That's true.
So,
We do tend to hit most of our balls at the right field.
Indeed.
there it
balls.
is.
Yep,
There it is.
quite. All right.
Good. All right. So now we've got the lineup. We've got the bases. We're gonna go into some of the other random terms. I think we've got 400 of these. We've picked out 9 so that we don't spend 2 hours on the air here. The first one we're gonna go with is the batting helmet. In each case, I'm gonna tell you what it means in baseball in case there's any questions there. So the batting helmet in baseball is a helmet worn for protection when facing live pitching. So men, what would a batting helmet be in the metaphor?
Today, Sponge.
A sponge?
A sponge?
No Seinfeld fans. Okay.
No.
It's condom.
Yeah, probably like a condom or a diaphragm, I'd say.
A female condom.
Right, because for the girls, it'd be like a diaphragm or a female condom, right?
Right.
I don't know how that works, per se. I have 2 kids.
I would
I'm not
imagine
really...
it works like a condom, but for a female.
Okay, real quick. I don't mean to get too graphic here, but every time I hear about like a female condom, like I grew up on a farm, okay? And like, you know how you like put the gloves on to like inseminate like a cow or something? That's what I imagine like
No,
the
a female
process
condom,
of
it would already be in the cow, and then you stick your hand up in there.
but that's how you get it in there, right? Like it's
So
like
wait,
a
women are cows.
I'm not saying women are cows.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying the whole application process.
He's saying the only point is to be inseminated.
They're both about to get hit in the face
But
with a
you want to
microphone.
inseminate a woman?
I already have twice, and if anybody out there would like to buy a couple kids, I got them for sale. But no, my kids are awesome. But no, okay. So I'll go
You had
with
to say that.
It's a condom.
condom. Yep, condom.
All right, condom. That's a good, clean answer. Ladies,
So batting helmet.
right?
Well, I'm going to say
Go ahead.
condom, Jen. So you go on. You can add to it if you want.
Well, female condom is the same as male condom, only it goes inside. She generally puts it in herself. They're making gestures.
You guys see Bryan at all?
I mean, we can. I don't think the listeners can. But I'm enjoying the yeah, that's good.
Visual.
That's the only way I can think it could work.
Did you go inside the cow at that point?
The whole arm.
It depends
Yes.
on how safe you want to be, really.
Your poor wife. You're so mean to her.
Sometimes I take a running start too, you know.
Wait for it.
Like, all right,
well,
I had a 6-pack of Bush and I got a pack of cheap cigarettes. Let's do this. And running start across the house.
I lost it.
So are we doing, it's prophylactic, right? Or
It's prophylactic, and you both got it correct. The definition that we give in the book is a condom, rubber, a love glove. You've got a long career ahead of you, so find a brand that fits, doesn't chafe, and makes your head look bigger than it is.
Nice.
Wrap it before you tap it.
Right on.
There it is. I'm now going to add that, and you are also a co-author in the book. Good. So, Scotch, could you please update us on the score? Because I know I've lost track.
Yes, it is 3-3.
Tied
I
up.
really don't. I'm not sure that I believe that he's keeping any score at all.
true
But
score is girls have 4, boys have 5.
Yeah! I love Rebecca
all
Love.
I'm very organized.
Hey, please,
that was good. That was good.
just
Keep
real
track
quick,
of
because
that
our
one.
listeners
And I'm hungover.
our listeners aren't going to be, so if we could take like a break real quick, our listeners aren't going to be able to see this, but remember I talked about the funny setup before, so there's like 3 of us in Chicago sitting on a couch. We
2
have
of us sharing earbuds because I forgot
yeah,
to
2 of
bring
them sharing
splitters.
earbuds because Dave forgot some of the equipment. We have Rebecca Love, who's actually taken notes on the whole process, and then Scotch, is laying in bed as we're doing this right now. So
Like he is the neighbor in Home Improvement looking over the fence.
Yeah, all
He's
I see
Wilson.
is nose up and the crazy eyes, and it's been entertaining me this entire time.
You're very distracting. Just saying.
He's Wilson.
I'm watching you.
fucking
creepy.
awesome. Okay, let's go. Keep moving.
All right. Next one up. This one should get some entertaining answers. Foul tip in baseball. A foul tip is when you swing the bat and you glance just off the tip. So since one of the ladies just walked out of the room, why don't we let the men give this one an attempt first?
Oh, I say surprise anal, my friend. So like when you're kind of going at it and you just kind of like fall out, but you're still like mid thrust and you just kind of go in another way. Foul tip.
I'm gonna disagree.
Get the fuck off my team.
A foul,
go ahead.
tip,
Why
a foul
do you-
tip to me would be a rejected kiss. Because
You're such a
trying to
romantic.
get-
You're such a romantic, nice guy.
You're trying to get
We
to
already
first
got
base.
the first base,
Right,
like,
see?
all the minors out of the way.
Right.
See?
That's the thing.
Thank you.
A foul
Thank you,
tip,
Rebecca.
because a foul tip is an
You're
attempt to get to first base, but you failed at it.
See, remember we talked
That's
about like a
just
couple
a
questions.
foul.
Remember we talked about the right fielder a couple questions ago.
Fine,
The person
it's
that
a- it's a
overanalyzed.
stinky
Can I
head of
change
a-
my question about the right fielder to Dave is the right fielder? Because you just like way overthought that question.
All right. I need some consensus from the men, otherwise we can't give you a
foul
score.
tip
So
is a
which answer are you
stinky
going
cock.
with?
There you go.
A stinky cock. We've changed
Foul
again.
tip.
Yeah, let's see, foul. Can see it's a play on words and
That's
stuff.
good.
Fun.
High
And we
five.
did.
Bam. Okay, we're going with that.
You're going with stinky cock. And remember,
Yes.
I did say sometimes they do not follow the metaphor. Sometimes we do go for the pun, so that could be correct. Ladies, what's a foul tip?
Well, I'm going to say you're just getting the tip in. You're Ron Jeremying it. Ron Jeremy always does that. Just the tip. Just the tip.
And that's why he's my hero.
Play slip the tip.
How many?
Slip of the tip.
Have you done films with Ron Jeremy? Rebecca?
I bet. I'm around Ron and stuff, but no.
No? Okay.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
Oh, okay.
Scotch, have you done any films with Ron Jeremy?
Only seen him at porn conventions.
All right. Does the I can't say counterpart anymore. Does your female teammate want to argue with the adult film star about what it is to hit a foul tip?
I would just to add to it,
Okay.
foul tip. Maybe you're trying to get it in, not quite lubed up enough, and it like slips out, like whoops. And but
you're punching belly
yeah,
buttons.
essentially playing slip the tip, yeah,
Slip the tip.
or tummy sticks.
All right. The point goes to the ladies. Although I did enjoy the smelly penis. That may be added as an alternative definition.
Cock, I
But
believe I
what we
said.
have, what we have as the definition is it's the most sensitive part of your bat, sending vibrations and reverberations down the shaft in anticipation of what might become and how close you are. Some girls like just the tip.
Okay.
Oh, I agree.
Which I don't
Yeah.
think actually any girl likes just the tip, by the way.
Right?
That's a
Like,
tease.
why
just
even
saying.
play the game?
That's a
Really?
tease.
No girls like just the tip?
Change that last line to no girls like just
Yeah,
the tip.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
the thing.
That-
I just went 2 inches.
It's like,
All right,
oh
well.
nope, just joking.
You guys have all now been added as co-authors, and I have amended the definition to no girls like just the tip. Good. By the end of this shit, we might actually have a funny book, so this is going to be fantastic. Thank you for this.
All right, the score is now 8-12.
All right, next up is a.
I just gotta
next
say
up,
real quick, when you said that, it sounded like you were like an auto tune, didn't it? It was so weird because the internet connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Keep going. I'm sorry.
All right. We're gonna stay with fouls here, and we're gonna go with hook foul. So a hook foul in baseball is a tendency of a man's bat to hit the balls to the left or right. So what is hook foul within the metaphor?
Well, can I analyze this a little bit?
If you will.
Analyze this.
You hook it when you swing early.
Okay.
Premature ejaculation.
Ah, nice.
Interesting.
See, I'll agree with Dave because my initial thought was crooked penis. Like
hooks in it.
Kind of like the gonzo nose.
So it's a hook foul.
Right, okay, yeah, there you go. But your answer was come too early?
Yeah.
Come too early.
Premature
That's the guy's answer.
All right, ladies, they're going with premature ejaculation. What are your thoughts?
Well, Jen, my thought is crooked penis. That's, what I was thinking. But you tell me yours.
I do have to agree because with crooked penis, it's like you gotta do acrobats to get it in there.
Like a corkscrew.
Right. You got to lean to the side.
Kind of stand on your head a little bit. No.
All right. Despite probably playing more baseball, the women have yet again beat the men. We have this as a tendency of a man's wang to hook one direction or another. Some women find it painful. Some can't get enough of it.
I think it's annoying.
Jen, how often have you had a crooked dick? Because I've only had one or two, and I'm a porn star.
What are you trying to say?
Have you ever had
once?
One?
Yes, and it took a right turn to the north.
To the north?
Yes.
So like
vertical.
So did you
So
get
were you sitting on him horizontal?
So was it like Velcro? Did you
he
get
was
stuck
laying
together?
down.
Like,
He was at a 45-degree angle.
Was he like Gonzo? Was he pointing down or up at himself?
No, it was Gonzo, but up.
So
the
it was like the statue of David in Goonies when they're trying to fix it.
Like,
the infamous reverse Gonzo.
I think if he looked down, he could probably see into his pee hole.
So he was like kind of like a lawn sprinkler, where it comes up and
He'd pee into his mouth when he.
right, yeah,
He was like a periscope.
periscope.
Periscope up.
I got to be honest, I fucking love Rebecca Love.
All right. Are we moving on to the next one, I guess?
Hold on, I got to
was a
write
good
that one down. Hold on, periscope.
write that
Give
down.
me 1 second.
Periscope. All right. What the hell's my next one? The next one is a
Is that
left.
a new way to say hooking up?
Going fishing.
We could be here all night talking about a hook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we got
Captain
386 more to go. So
Remember Captain? You know
Captain
guy?
Hook.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll stop there. Yeah.
Okay.
And moving on.
But we know somebody named Captain Hook.
all right. Next up on the list, we have the left-handed specialist in baseball. This is a pitcher who is known particularly for their left hand. I don't care. Who wants to go first, men or women?
A
Wait.
pitcher known particularly for their left hand.
I was thinking off the bat that your left-handed specialist is in there just for the sake of striking out one person. So she's like the wingman that shuts down the guy hitting on her friend. But if you're going just left hand, then I don't know. Guitar players.
Dave.
What? Whatever the hell Dave just said. So whatever he said.
All right, ladies.
Jen, you answer this one.
So left hand. So this is a guy that's better with his left hand.
Female, right?
Oh,
It's a pitcher, which means
A
it
pitcher.
probably would not that I shouldn't be helping the women since they're
Okay,
kicking your
yeah.
ass already. But
Tan?
just a diff. Okay, so pitcher meaning okay. Let's see. Pitcher better with their left hand. Maybe guy on guy. I'm thinking
could you explain how the hell you got to that?
because there's a pitcher and a catcher. Usually in those relationships.
All right.
Okay, moving back to male female.
I was just thinking they're better with their left hand than their right because most people are right-handed. But you go with what you think is the best answer, Jen.
Spanking it with the southpaw.
See, there you go. See that? Not to abandon my own team, but like as a left-hander myself, I would say that's what I would have originally went with. But
I'm
Dave's
left-handed
answer was
as
so
well.
ridiculous. I'm just gonna stick with Dave.
I'm just trying to come up with the most ridiculously yet in line with baseball things I can think of.
Well, and that's what Dave deserves credit for. Dave, you're entering what we faced, which is following the metaphor to the T, like throughout, is really fucking hard. And so about 10 definitions into this, we learned that we're not going to be able to do that. And we just try to get a quick laugh on most of the definitions. But I applaud the effort. So we've got a masturbating with your left hand. I think I'm going to give the point to nobody here. Well, are we playing? We're playing closest to the tee. Is that right, Scotch?
Yes.
All right. Well, so if we're playing closest to the tee, then yet again the women are going to get it. What we have is quite simply a girl who only uses her left hand for stroking men's bats. Men love a good lefty, but don't last long against them. So the women have taken this yet again because it's a woman who jacks off a man with her left hand.
So I do have to ask the guys, if I can interview real quick, what's the difference between is there a different feeling between the left and the right hand?
Yeah, the thumb's on the other side.
What's the difference? I think if you're a blind challenge, you're not going to know the difference.
I use both
I
hands.
think that's your left hand.
Just saying.
Well, but do you rotate counterclockwise with both hands? In which case, the rotation.
If you're in the passenger seat, you use your left hand. If you're in the driver's seat, you use your right hand.
That's exactly right.
That would be road.
I like to use both at once,
You're a
and then it's
switch
like
pitcher.
turning butter. It's like turning butter, and then it gets complicated because it's like what hand goes on top. Mm-hmm. Then
you start playing that game, with the baseball bat, and you just keep stacking.
like hand over hand to see who gets to go. Yeah, that's
Depends on how big your wiener is.
Mm-hmm. Well,
hand over hand, Jen.
Hand over hand. So at least 2 hands tall.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a two-hander would be. I think Joclyn has joined the call. At least
Rebecca, what would a two-hander?
Oh, hey, yes, we do.
Hey, I see a blonde woman with some cleavage. All right.
Right. Joclyn, go up at the top. Make sure you go to your settings and adjust your video and your audio. So you guys can keep talking. I was just giving her a little lay down, and if you need to edit that out, no problem.
No, leave it.
We'll probably keep it, in all honesty.
That's just too much work.
Holy shit! We're running through these definitions quickly. I'm gonna need to add some here, maybe. But
I have a whole list. I thought we had to come up with our own list of baseball terms and what they would mean. So I didn't.
I do have a list.
Oh, that's awesome. This could be like the 7th inning stretch. So why don't you guys go ahead and give your instead of singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," Jen and Rebecca Love can give their list of baseball terminology themselves.
Let's do it.
All right, Jen, you want to go first?
We're the least prepared for our own podcast.
That's how we do it.
Right?
If we could be any more half-assed about this, you guys just let us know, and we'll suck even more. It'll be great.
All right, Jen, do you want to go first, or?
I'm going to let you go first because my phone's being stupid.
Okay. So, the hot corner. I actually had a friend help me out with the third base. It's called the hot corner. Awesome. Mm-hmm. So, did you have that in your book, the hot corner?
It's probably in there. I don't know whether we have a definition, so we will use yours if it's entertaining. Go for it.
Up for debate.
Well, the hot corner to me is a hottie, and it could be a male or a female in that corner. So,
what type of corner?
What type of corner? Oh, a hot corner.
Are they like positioned in the corner?
Where are they in the corner?
Third base, the balls come at you fast and furious.
I didn't really have a definition. I just like steal second was sloppy seconds. Double play, 2 people at once.
I like that one.
Nice.
I'll send these over in an email too. Sacrifice is taking one for the team.
Wingman. Yeah.
Wingman, good.
Is that Joclyn that just joined?
She did.
There she is.
Joclyn.
Hello.
Now, Joclyn had a good point earlier. She is mostly fetish, and she was coming up with the fetish terms for some of these.
Oh, wow.
It's like extra inches.
Extra innings, very nice. See, we're writing your book for you guys.
I know. I think Joclyn's going to handle the second edition of this book all by herself, a fetish version of it. I'm liking it.
All I ask for is a special thanks byline, and then you can have all of us in there. That's all I ask for.
If there's enough room on the cover, we'll list all of you guys. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Hi, Joclyn.
Somebody
Welcome
needs
to our
take
podcast.
A screenshot of this.
Let's see.
Screenshot and then the little bubble heads.
I'm right on it. Hold on.
Screenshot.
Everybody smile. There we
My
go.
only
I just
question is,
screenshotted
why-
it for the website.
No, I mean, I'm not. Why is Rebecca the only one that popped up in the middle? Everyone else is tiny.
Because you got her selected.
Oh, do I?
Isn't it supposed to flip between who's talking?
Yeah, but this will work. It's good.
I know. Just joking. Who wants to look at Josh Groban for a while? You know.
Seriously.
I would.
Seriously.
Although I would put Scotch's
Click on Josh
eyes.
Groban.
Scotch's eyes with my hair.
Scotch. Mohawk. Can you do a mohawk?
And our
All right,
host
so-
just ran off.
And he's gone.
Joclyn Stone just entered the room. So, Joclyn, why don't you just give a little bio, a shout out, because they're recording this for a podcast. And if people just tuned in, they'll get to know you were late.
I was late because I've been traveling like a crazy girl, and I did a silly upgrade on my computer, and then I couldn't get my computer to turn on, and I didn't know how to work it. So that's why I'm late, and I apologize for that because I hate it when people say they're going to be somewhere and they're not. So let's see. I am Joclyn Stone. I go from porn and naughty things to fetish, BDSM, any type of kink. I will explore it and exploit it. And as you can see in the background, these are my favorite toys. I'm actually sitting on my bed, and yes, I can reach them from the bed. And I also do, just saying, this is why I don't date. Nobody makes it past the door. They run screaming. Rebecca Love has been in my room one time. Shocker. She's never been back. My own best friend will not come to my house.
What'd you do to her?
It's
Let's
dangerous.
just call it what it is.
Well, that's
She
awesome.
likes it when I talk about it.
So
But,
for the purposes of what
and-
we're doing here is you rock the catcher's gear and it makes other people uncomfortable.
Right, you're like the equipment manager.
I am the equipment manager because if I think you're ready to step it up in, your toys, then I'm going to push you so you go to the next toy and
Level.
you can take
Next-
more.
Right.
The next level.
Fucking awesome.
But I also have a show on Adult Film Star Network, and my co-host, of course, is the amazing Rebecca Love, and my show is Sick Addictions with Joclyn Stone. So, like I said, explore it and exploit it. And she always brings that innocent, cute factor because look at her. She even asks questions like she's innocent and cute. When I'm getting crazy talking about, the first thing that I texted her when I wasn't sure I'd be able to come on today was, for the baseball terms, is chastity. It's a grounder.
Well, awesome, Joclyn. I'm glad you came in. And of course, we'll put all your information on the website as well. We'll, link your podcast and stuff. Glad to have you. Once again, just before we kind of start to come to the end of this, me and Dave really wasn't sure how this is going to work out, but I've had an awesome time. So once again, if you're still listening, we have Richie and Scotch. They're writing the book First Base and Beyond. It's on Kickstarter. It sounds like it's going to be hilarious. Make sure that you click the link through our website and support them. We have Rebecca Love and her podcast, Talking Dirty, and we have Joclyn Stone, and your podcast is, one more time, Joclyn.
Sick Addictions.
Sick Addictions. Awesome. Thank you all so much. Guys, why don't we go about 3 more terms, and then we'll wrap it up, and I think this has been great so far. What do you think, Dave?
I think I'm having let's go.
Yeah, right on.
Dave just got a little awkward once Joclyn joined the call.
I think he's a little
noticed.
enamored, Joclyn.
He's got a pillow sitting on his lap now.
Can I promote my podcast? It's called You Lift Me Up. Josh Groban.
Oh shit, that's terrible. All right. Hey, by the way, one more note here before I jump on to the next definitions. As you guys have come up with some of your own definitions. People can submit because we have not published this book, and you can tell why since we're still working on it. So people can submit definitions, and we legitimately will put them in the book and list their name in the back as authors. So whether they want to or not, they're listed. So you just send an email to submit at firstbaseandbeyond.com. So if some people think we're wrong about some of our definitions, they can throw those out there.
Could you repeat that again?
Sure. It's submit at firstbaseandbeyond.com. And if they're funny, or even if they're not funny, just because we love ideas, we'll probably throw them in the book and list your name in the back.
And that's on your website, correct?
It is. Yes, it is on the website. All right. So I guess the next one we were going to go to, so Joclyn, just so you know, I'm throwing out terms, and the men are debating versus the women on what the correct definition is. So we're going with an infielder. So an infielder is a woman who plays a position in the infield. So I will admit this one's a bit more difficult. You've walked into a higher level of difficulty. So what would an infielder be within the metaphor? Why don't we have the men go first, so Joclyn gets the idea?
Well, Bryan just got up.
So the definition one more time.
An infielder is a person who plays a position in the infield. That's it.
You have to guess the definition.
He just said, but it's the woman. Okay, what's the woman? Okay.
Yeah, it is a woman. It's a type of woman, I will tell you, who plays on the inside.
Our host is not paying attention right now.
Oh, he's not?
No,
I
he had a,
I have one.
iPhone, so.
We'll let the women go.
Okay.
Joclyn, go ahead.
Okay, for an infielder, somebody that is kind of fielding the ball and everything, I would take it as, does it have to be a female that's doing it?
No, you can make it a male if you want. We're not going to argue with it.
Good.
Because I play with boys much better. And I would say that an infielder would be my personal cuckold.
You're what?
Everybody got silent all of a sudden.
Because
I'm not sure what a personal
Well,
cuckold
I'm
is.
going to say there is the most experienced players. They're in the infielder.
Okay.
They're catching. Yeah, whatever.
Can we go back to Joclyn, and could she clarify?
Exactly.
Catching balls.
Okay, a cuckold, I would, they catch and they are the most experienced, but they fall in exactly where they need to be at all times. And the way I look at that is my cuckold would do exactly what I want them to do when they're out there.
All right.
Like a Mr. Slave.
Indeed.
They're gonna totally look up cuckold in the different.
Men, are you cuckolds for anyone
I just thought
in your
cuckold
lives?
is when your wife is cheating on you. You are the
Yeah.
cuckold.
Oh,
A bench
it's
player.
not
A bench
cheating.
player. When you're benched, you're
No,
benched.
there you go. When you're benched, because I always thought a
Yes.
cuckold was the guy who
the guy
sit and
who's
jerk
being
off while
cheated
his
on.
wife was getting railed, right?
Yeah.
And then the dude doing the railing, he would be the bull, right, Joclyn? Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
look at
there's
there.
also a bunch of different. There's a bunch of different versions of it. So yes, exactly. Because you guys just named a couple of things that you can add on to it. Exactly, but a cuckold is never. It's not cheating. It's agreed upon.
Oh, it's, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I know things.
I know.
I know.
I know it's from Shakespeare because I'm a fucking egghead geek apparently. Okay, yeah. So.
What the hell are we doing? Oh, infielder, I think is the term. Men, do you want to make an attempt at this?
No, wait. I know a cuckold from Shakespeare from watching The Office, but anyway.
So I would say Shakespeare.
An infielder fields a lot of balls. Mm-hmm. Has quick reaction times.
Right.
And throws dudes out.
Shakespeare.
Final answer.
Melissa McCarthy.
Final answer. Melissa McCarthy doing Shakespeare. That's our final answer.
So we're going to give no one a point, although Joclyn, I kind of want to give a point to just because she educated me.
Go ahead.
But our definition, we went more anatomical here. We said that an infielder is a term that defines how exposed the most sensitive lady part is to the great outdoors. Infielders have a protective labial layer to minimize unexpected stimulation. Outfielders climax anytime their cell phone vibrates.
I'm an outfielder.
So
There it is.
the man in the canoe is taller than the water.
All right. How about you want to do one more definition? Then we've got a final Jeopardy question. Does that sound good,
Sure.
Brian? And
Yeah, if that's good with everybody, let's do it.
all right. This one should seem obvious, but there's 2 ways you can go with it, so we'll see. The term is to choke up. Choke up in baseball. Choking up is, stop laughing, Joclyn. Choking up is putting your hands high up on the bat to provide a better grip for swinging. So within the metaphor, what would choking up be?
Who's going first, boys or girls?
I would
I
say boys
think based
because
on-
Joclyn is not.
Laughing too hard. That sounds good. Boys, you're
I
up.
overthink everything because I'm thinking choking up like you take a higher percentage chance at something, so you go after the low hanging fruit. Shorten your swing.
I'm
You know,
distracted
shorten
by
your
a lot
swing
of
up.
women laughing, so yes. Yes. Whatever Dave says, yes. Shorten your swing. There you go.
Nice input, Brian.
Thank you. Always happy to contribute.
I'm just talking while they're laughing until they're done laughing. Or maybe we can keep them laughing because it's kind of funny that they're
All
just
right.
kind of sitting there
So
laughing.
what's our official answer?
You're so deep with your answer.
Yes, he's very
He's a
philosophical.
deep person.
So, no, I say choking up, grabbing the neck.
Grabbing the neck.
Literally
Interesting.
choking.
All right.
The neck
All right.
of the.
Jocelyn? I bet
Jocelyn,
she'll
what's your
agree.
thoughts?
I got a few things
Rebecca,
on this.
come on. Somebody's
because,
got
because choking up to me. Okay, so choking up on the bat. A girl that does not
Screenshot that.
deep throat. So she's got 2 hands. Hey, stop taking pictures of me. A girl that doesn't deep throat. She's covering the whole thing.
I'm choking up thinking about that.
Oh, I wish you had video for this podcast because just watching her demonstrate.
So I will take Jocelyn's answer as our own. So whatever Jocelyn just said and did, that's our answer.
Did you just steal my answer?
You
That
cannot
was.
steal.
I'm going to go ahead and intervene here and say that was a smart move. We define it as gripping the lumber on the smooth, throbbing barrel away from the round, hard, sensitive knob. And so, yes, two-handing it is would be choking up on the man's bat. So the women, this has been a slaughter.
Well, I'm trying to make it entertaining by coming up with these ridiculous answers
You're so
on my side.
romantic with your answers.
And I'm hoping Brian can have
You're
some input, but
poetic.
you just keep saying, "Oh yeah, Dave's answer."
He keeps calling a friend.
You're supposed to be the goof.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
All right, last one, guys. What do you got?
All right, last one.
Here
this
we go.
one this is a term that we do not have a definition for.
All right.
So it's just gonna be based on whoever makes Scotch blink the most amount of times in the video
Or look left.
is going to win this question. So the term we're gonna go with is a can of corn. Now, let me tell you what it is in baseball. A can of corn in baseball is a pop fly. It's when a ball goes up and it's an easy catch.
Is it really?
That's a can of yes.
close.
That's an actual baseball term
Oh.
called can of corn.
You don't
All
watch
right.
Sox
So-
broadcasts, do you?
No, I don't watch
Yeah.
anything.
He says it all the time. Can of corn.
So, can of corn is a pop fly.
It's not a humpback
fly.
line drive.
Okay.
So just throw it out there. Whoever can come up with an entertaining definition that doesn't require a toilet for a can of corn.
A can of corn sounds like an STD. So somebody else take it.
A slut because it's easy.
There you go.
It's an easy
See,
catch.
that's what I was gonna say. If a can of corn is like a given, it's like if you approach a group of girls, right?
It's like a 30-year-old at her sister's wedding.
Right, yeah. like the girl that always pushes other women out of the way to catch the fucking bouquet.
Yes.
Bam, can of corn, right there.
Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah.
working for me right now. Ladies, I like the vivid description there. Anything?
A pop fly is
I feel like I'm going with a more dirty version.
Okay,
Maybe
go for it, Jack.
He pulls out and comes in your eye on accident.
I love cum in the eye.
Pop fly.
I don't love
Candy
cum in
corn.
the eye,
What's a
but I
pop
like
eye?
your answer.
Pop fly.
It's a Popeye.
Oh, Popeye.
Popeye.
And then immediately afterwards, he dumps a can of corn on top of your head.
Yes. New fetish.
What
is-
else would you do in that situation, really?
Only creamed corn, though, right?
Exactly. Well, you could turn it into sloshing at that point with the can of corn. Use the can of cream corn as lube and do sploshing, and then he pulls out, shoots it in your fucking eye.
Wait, hold on, Joclyn. I think once again you're gonna have to educate us on what sploshing is.
Yes.
Coming up next
this
week,
down.
our Joclyn Stone interview where she explains crazy terms you've never heard of before.
You should have her on your podcast.
Sploshing. Oh my God. Sploshing is food, like if we right there where I'm watching the three of you sitting there and we get a bowl of cream corn and start like rubbing it all over each other and stuff like that. I've got friends that do sploshing parties and they get one of those tiny blow up pools and put Jello and pudding and the guy with the hat is doing the eyebrows. He's like, what?
I'm just getting hungry.
So it's like an orgy. It's like an orgy at the Golden Corral.
It's an orgy buffet.
See?
It's an orgy buffet. I'm getting hungry thinking about it.
Exactly. And see,
That's what happens after hours at the Old Country Buffet.
You don't have to
Well,
stop for
I'm
snacks.
going to say
It's
a
just-
pop
there you go.
fly is high pressure buildup, so it's one hell of a longevity in the money shot. That's all I'm saying.
So if you were doing the pop shot on your eyeglasses, it could pop the lens out because there was just so boom. There you go. And Rebecca would still get it in the eye.
I've been cream corned or corn creamed. What is
Can of
it?
corn.
Can of corn.
Can of corn.
We went from can of corn to cream corn.
Can of corn, but
Sticking
honestly,
your
at this
corn.
point, who cares what the term is, right? All right, guys. I'm not sure. I have a feeling, Scotch. You want to pick a winner out of that? Sploshing.
The girls.
Yeah.
Sure.
The girls sploshing. He likes sploshing.
Yeah.
All right. I can accept that.
And it's summertime, so I say next time you have a barbecue, go pick up one of those little blow-up pools and have a good time.
Right on.
Splosh.
Splosh it up, dude. Splosh it up.
Splash it up indeed. All right, gentlemen. What do you got as the final score? Who won, the men or the women?
Do you have to ask?
It was 14-0 women.
Awesome.
I thought you said he was good at math.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Richie, as Scotch. Make sure to check our website. We'll have the link to your Kickstarter and everything for First Base and beyond. Rebecca Love, Joclyn Stone, thank you so much for coming on our podcast. Jenny, thanks for hanging out. And Dave, I love you as always. Thank you so much. And
Dave, you suck at this.
Dave.
I had to think of something nice to say.
Dave, I threw you a bone and you just ruined it.
Be sure to follow Nothing Important online at nothingimportantpodcast.com. Find us on iTunes, on Twitter at NotImportantPC, and you can also find us on Facebook. Nothing Important is recorded with help from Third City Sound in Joliet, Illinois. Thanks for being awesome.